Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Mike. You already know what is up and what is good. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 big name players that the Pacers can go for this coming season and next offseason. So let me start off with the one that's been flashing around pretty recently. That's Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy Butler would be a great fit here. I'd love him here. He fits this team well, and he's a great defensive player, and that's what this team is all about: defense, toughness, grit, togetherness. So he's all about that work ethic, and you guys already know Victor Oladipo has that work ethic, and you know how contagious his work ethic is, how he gets in the weight room, he goes to work, he works on his game. So you know how contagious that is, and you know Jimmy Butler thrives on people like that and players like that in the locker room. And if you guys have that and you guys are winning, there's no reason for Jimmy Butler not to come here. So I think that would be a great fit here. Jimmy Butler is a fantastic 3-and-D player, one of the top two-way players in the league. When he's healthy, he did have a little bit of health hit last year, but again, when he's healthy, he's one of the top, I say 15 to 20 players in the league, no doubt. So he'd be a great fit here along Victor Oladipo and the young core they have here. I think that'll be a really nice fit here. My next one is actually Chris Middleton. I've been seeing that one a lot as well too. Chris Middleton, another 3-and-D guy. Especially, we're going to need these kind of guys when all these contracts go up after this season. So after this season, the reason why we'll have so much cap space is because we'll have like 7 or 8 players that are free agents, something like that. 6 to 8 players that are free agents. That's why we'll have so much money accumulated for the offseason, and also the cap will be higher the next offseason. So that's why we'll be one of the teams with the most cap space available, along with the Lakers, I believe, and the Knicks, and I'm pretty sure that's it, and the Sixers maybe. But these guys are realistic. Like, I'm not just naming out 3 big name players just randomly. I'm picking out guys that are realistically able to fit here and that will most likely come here. You saw how Jimmy Butler, although he was traded to the Timberwolves, he still played it out. He played his heart out. If they were a successful team, there'd be no doubt they would stay there. I mean, they kind of were until he got injured. Plus, he just doesn't like the locker room. He doesn't like the guys. He doesn't like the coaches. He doesn't like that anymore. So he's just kind of done with that team. So he's kind of looking for a new outlook, a new team to go to. So hopefully, if we can put together a great campaign this season and win close to like 55 wins, if we can get that and Jimmy Butler comes here, we can let some people walk to clear up some cap space. Then we can easily bring in players like Chris Middleton, Jimmy Butler, and then I'll get into my next one. Let me go into Chris Middleton, guys. Chris Middleton is a great 3-and-D player. He's very consistent in his scoring. His shot is always on. He's a great 3-point shooter. He can lock up anyone. Just about anyone. So bringing him in here will definitely help this team, especially if we can get 2 of these guys for sure. Then we are definitely able to make some noise next season. So that will be really cool and really fun to watch how that all plays out. My last guy is Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris from the Clippers. I'm pretty sure he recently declined his player option or something. It was like that. He declined something clearly so he can get off that contract and make more money somewhere else, or so the Clippers can sign him to a new deal, making more money, like I said. Or like I said earlier, he can probably go to another team, a better team, to have a better chance of showing his game and possibly winning a championship and continuing for that. And like I said, Tobias Harris would be a great fit here. Another 3-and-D guy. And he's a stretch 4. He's a stretch 4 that we are looking for, that Kevin Pritchard was urgently hitting on, that we needed. That stretch 4, if we can sign him. We already lost out on Aaron Gordon. If we would have gotten Aaron Gordon this year, that would have been a really tough team to beat right there. Bring in Tobias Harris, another 3-and-D guy. That'd be a really nice addition to this team. He could play that 4 spot. He could probably start for us, and then you can bring Sabonis off the bench, or vice versa. Either way, I'm fine. As long as we have that player on our team, then we are set. Tobias Harris, another 3-and-D guy, like I said. That'd be a really nice addition to this team. Like I said, if we can get 2 of these guys, that would be really nice. If we go big game hunting, then we can get Jimmy Butler in here. That'd be nice too. But like I said, if we can get 2 of those guys, sign them for a low contract or just a max contract, since we'll have so much money, and let some of these guys walk on our current team now, then that'd be really nice to see and really nice to do. So guys, like I said, Jimmy Butler, Chris Middleton, and Tobias Harris. Those are 3 big names that I see the Pacers can go for, and realistic. They're not just big names to put out there. These are big, realistic names that the Pacers can and probably will go for this season and definitely the next offseason. So you can expect rumors to fly around of us going for those players in the next maybe year or so. So hopefully we can make some run at some bigger names to help us out. But we definitely got to see how this team works out this season first. then we can go from there and see what players that we can bring in to help us go from right there. Me personally, I'd probably like to have, I'd like to have any of these three guys, especially I'd like to have any of these three guys and any of the two combinations you can think of. So Jimmy Butler, Chris Middleton, Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris, and Tobias Harris and Chris Middleton. Like, I'd be fine with any combination of these guys coming to this team, and then we can let some of these guys walk that we don't need. So like, if we get Tobias Harris, we'll have to probably let Thaddeus Young walk. If we get Jimmy Butler, we'll probably have to let Bojan Bogdanovic walk, or we can sign him back to a smaller contract just so we can have more weapons that we can throw out there. Tyreke Evans, he did say he's wanting to stay here, so just because he signed a one-year deal doesn't mean he's not wanting to stay. That's only because the flexibility of our cap space. So they were working for the flexibility of our cap space. That's really why they didn't sign him to a long-year deal. They wanted to have as much cap space next offseason. That's why Tyreke Evans didn't sign like a 2 or 3 year deal. Tyreke Evans has come out and said at his press conference like a month or two ago, he said he's wanting to stay here after next season. So this isn't just a one-time thing. He wants to stay here. So if we can bring back Tyreke Evans and maybe land Jimmy Butler or Tobias Harris or Chris Middleton, this team will be really stacked, and we already have a stacked team this year. If we let Thaddeus Young walk, he's a great defender and a great hustler, and if we can get Tobias Harris in here, Tobias Harris is a great defender, so is Chris Middleton, and so is Jimmy Butler. They all are. But we'll just have to substitute players that we lose for. So like a stretch 4 that we'll have to replace Thaddeus Young for, and then Jimmy Butler, we'll have to get rid of our small forwards, but we really don't have any. That's kind of our weak spot. We picked up Tyreke Evans. He's a small forward, but you saw how in past teams that really didn't work out for him. So we'll probably have like Victor Oladipo, Tyreke Evans, Jimmy Butler. Like, we'll have so much versatility if we can land 2 of these guys. It just all depends on what 2 guys we land and go for. So I'm really excited to what this team could possibly do in going for those guys. So guys, let me know what you think about what the Pacers should do in going for these guys. Are there other guys that I'm not thinking of that the Pacers should go for? What do you think that the Pacers should go for, and what players that the Pacers should pursue, and maybe this season before the trade deadline, or next offseason when the offseason hits next summer? So guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think about what players the Pacers should go for. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been your boy Mike, and you can let that beat drop.